Where them bubbles? All right. Oh, what a day. I'm so sorry about the first video. Jesus Christ. It's like I just couldn't focus on one thing for too long before something else came around. So, um, I had to deal with a situation with my boss over the phone, and it took a good minute. And then by the time I finished with my boss, I would have been just about finished talking on that video or whatever. It would have just been concluded at that point. I ended up being on the phone with my boss for a little over an hour. And then I had some other things to take care of. So, I slotted out a time, 7 p.m. I was going to do like an hour to an hour and a half. And it just didn't work out that way. So I hadn't had any time. Ooh, hold on. To catch up. Wait a minute. There it goes. Okay, so I hadn't had any time to catch up on the latest concerning MU. It's like so many people are talking about it, so I'll tune in for a few minutes and click someplace else. And it just seems like people are angry with MU. It seems that there is a growing doubt that MU is telling the truth. But I shouldn't say I saw the video with the lady with MU just standing at the railing on the ship. And lady seems to be like inside her cabin. It seems like, I don't know why I think like their cabins were very close to each other, the stalker and MU. But, I saw that video. So clearly there was a crazy woman surreptitiously fucking around with MU. But it seems like people are angry at MU for not telling anybody. MU says she didn't want to, from what I heard that MU said that she didn't want to tell anybody because she didn't want to ruin their trip and she didn't think anybody would do anything about it. I don't know. It's just weird shit all the way around. It's always some weird shit with MU. Um, I don't know. I definitely would have told Tracy if I didn't tell nobody else. She was drunk, like I said in the last video. She'd have whipped some ass on the ship. If I was timid Miss MU, shoot, what better friend to have on the ship than a drunk ass Tracy? Shoot. And so, again, it just seems like people are raising doubts. And it kind of seems like people are more angry than they are raising doubts. And then it kind of seems like the longer they are angry, then that's when they begin to raise doubts. I don't know. It makes no sense why she didn't tell anybody. I don't know. Maybe she's unaware that there's a jail at the bottom of the ship. I don't know, that part makes no sense to me, that she didn't think anybody would do anything. Um, her other excuse about not wanting to ruin trip for Tracy, that I can kind of understand. That might have given me pause because, I don't like to ruin shit for people, you know. So that, I can kind of relate to that. But in that situation, you don't know what these people were capable of doing or what they had in their crazy ass minds, you know? I don't know. But if she didn't say nothing then while on the ship, then she should have just kept it to herself and not said anything, you know, more than a week later from the beginning of the cruise. I mean, for real. Why bring it up now? Oh, sorry. For clicks and views, right? It's what they do. But it's just weird shit. And now, you know, during the cruise, after the cruise, I was really gung ho. I was like, if somebody, well, can't be just anybody out here in these YouTube streets, but if certain individuals were to plan a cruise, I would go. I was willing to go. But you know what? Not anymore. Because you never know when a fucking spooky YouTuber is going to decide to be a stalking mole. And I don't have time for that. So I'll continue to cruise the way I've been cruising. YouTubers free. Spooky YouTubers free at that. But, for those who were considering going on a cruise with YouTubers, maybe these individuals never been on a cruise before, or maybe they've been wanting to go again but can't find anybody who's willing to go or who are able to go. And maybe, they had set in their mind, in their heart, you know what? If they announce another cruise, I'm going. And maybe now, after this, they don't change their mind, which I can't blame them because I've changed mine. Nobody wants to spend a couple of $1,000 to be dealing with some bullshit, to be paranoid. You want to go down for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or whatever the case may be, and you thinking, oh my God, who's watching me? Is somebody following me? Nobody wants to spend a couple of $1,000 to feel like that. So thank you all, you freaking moles, because you ruined it for a few people. However, the great thing about it is if a cruise is planned and not announced to the YouTube streets, that might bring some comfort. But I don't know. We shall see. I'll cruise vicariously again like I did last weekend. But I'm all for meeting new people, just not YouTubers. Because y'all fucking crazy. A lot of y'all. Not everybody, but too many for my comfort. Anyway, I see you two people. Come in the chat and say hello. You know you are more than welcome. So I guess now at this point, nobody has the chat when they play back their videos. Now, I don't recall YouTube saying anything about it, like via email or something, or that what's new section when you go to YouTube Studios and they give you information about upcoming changes and stuff, unless I missed it. But the chat is just going. If you're not reading the chat while it's live, don't expect to see it on the replay. Especially if you upgrade your YouTube app. They're always sticking some stupid changes in whenever you do that. So you two people, you just gonna stay in the bushes? What are you doing? Working? Are you driving? What are you doing that you can't come in the chat and say hello? At least you can hit the like button. Yes? No? Maybe so. You know what YouTube needs to do? YouTube needs to fix it where you can see who's in your bushes. Thank you for the like. I appreciate you. You know, I'm just going to say, oh, I got both of you. Thank you. Appreciate you so much. Wonderful, wonderful. You must be busy working or driving or something. I don't expect you to hit the like while you're driving, though. Don't take your eyes off the road for little old me, because I won't be the same if something happened to you. But how would I know? Right? So anyway, this is just a part 2 to spooky YouTubers and what I have learned thus far. It's so much going on, and I gotta go to work in the morning, and I can't be up all night listening to this shit. I just can't. But hopefully there's gonna be a resolution. But huh. There's a personality disorder called borderline personality disorder. That is like the only disorder I can't quite get a grasp on. Even though I've read about it, a few times. For me, I'm only going to be able to internalize it if I see that personality live and in action. And anytime I ask somebody, in the field, what exactly is borderline personality disorder? Explain it to me. Give me an example of how a person behaves. And a couple of people, they both said that they're like drama queens. Everything is always drama. If they go to the supermarket, if some drama happened, either on the way to the supermarket, while they were in the supermarket, or on their way home from the supermarket. And if it's really bad, it was drama going, drama in the supermarket, and drama coming back home. Nothing ever goes smooth. It's always some drama. And I'm just starting to wonder about some things. And what I'm talking about now, it has no bearing on this cruise situation. But I'm just thinking, hmm, you meet somebody, you fly to Atlanta, and it's drama. You go back home from Atlanta, and it's more drama connected to Atlanta. You go on the cruise. I guess you couldn't really have drama on the cruise exposed because Tracy was in the limelight with her naked drunkenness. But when you get back home, drama. You meet another guy from the internet, comes out to where you at, drama. It's like always something. And I'm wondering, is that an example of a borderline personality? You can't attend, not MU personally, but one, I should say, can't attend an event or participate in something without it being filled with drama. And the drama always results with that same one being the victim. In every dramatic situation. At this point, y'all, I'm just thinking out loud. Borderline personality disorder. They say they're drama queens. Hmm. But all in all, I certainly don't appreciate what that crazy woman did. I don't. Nobody deserves that, especially spending money, you know. Yes, the cruise was cheap. For 3 days just to go from Florida to the Bahamas, it takes no time, as you can see, for a ship to get there. Well, if you paid attention how quick they got back. But they boarded what, like Friday morning or something, and they got there what, Sunday morning? They were at sea the whole Saturday. That's because the ship was cruising, going slow so that you can enjoy the activities on the ship. But they got to the Bahamas, and once that Bahamas day was over, everybody back on the ship, they was back in Florida by Monday morning. So for $375, I think that's pretty cool. That's a nice little excursion to go on, a nice little weekend trip. Too short for me. I got to do at least 7 days, preferably 14, 12 to 14. Because 7 days just ain't long enough for me. I just like doing nothing. I like the idea that you can just eat and leave your tray right there. But now I'm thinking about celebrity cruises. That's the only cruise line that when you come back to your room at the end of the night or whatever time you get back, They done made up your bed and placed a chocolate on your pillow. I got used to that shit. You know, you sit on your bed and you just eat that chocolate before you turn in. B Money, hey, you spent 4 years in the Navy living on a ship. Wasn't that fun? I bet you had a good time. But then again, you was on a ship with a bunch of men. Well, for some people, they might not find that to be a bad idea at all, but you know how things go. But yeah, out of all the cruise lines, oh wow. So far I've never been on Carnival. I've always heard about Carnival. That Carnival is where uh if there's ever a fight on the news, trust me, it was on a Carnival. Um I went on Norwegian several months ago. Mm, I had a great time, but I'm thinking in terms of service and, the rooms itself compared to Celebrity. And just, I enjoyed myself immensely. But in comparison to Celebrity, the difference was Norwegian didn't place chocolate on your pillows. Norwegian had kids. Celebrity did not have any kids. I don't know if it's just a particular cruise or are there some cruises on Celebrity where, kids are allowed. But I went on Celebrity where there were no kids. It was a bunch of older white people. We represented mm, you know what? I was having such a good time with my family. I think it was about a dozen of us that I, I can't tell you if it was like 50-50 in terms of, I want to say it's definitely more white people on that ship. But we had such a good time that I don't even recall seeing other black people there. But I'm sure there were. But we were just so busy eating and getting off the ship and going on excursions and shopping and doing this and doing that. But never had, I didn't have any complaints. And that was for 7 days. The one I went on for a few months ago was 12 days. And let me see. One thing about Norwegian, I think people should get a refund when you pay for a cruise and you're supposed to go to certain islands, like the Dominican Republic was on the itinerary, and then you get on the cruise ship, and after a day at sea, they tell you, oh, yeah, the port's been canceled. But it wasn't just for Norwegian, it was other cruise lines that were supposed to dock at a port in Dominican Republic. I still don't know what the issue was. But no refund for that. It's all in the contract. And then we were supposed to get to Puerto Rico in the morning. What time did we get to Puerto Rico? I want to say it was about 9 o'clock at night, and they gave us a few hours. And I'm like, I ain't running around Puerto Rico in the dark at night. I don't trust them Puerto Ricans. I don't trust them Puerto Ricans in New York. So imagine how they are on their own fucking island. So I did get off the ship just to run across the Walgreens, the store, and get some things, and got right back on the ship. But other than those two issues, um, it was a great cruise. I really had a good time. Not as much fun as I did on Celebrity with all of my family there, but, or a lot of my family, I should say. But pretty much, although I went with a friend of mine, you know, I was planning to go by myself, and she just happened to call me out the blue one day. And she's like, "So what you doing, whatever?" And I told her about the cruise, and she was like, "Oh, can I go? When you going? Who you going with?" And I was like, "I was going by myself." She was like, "I'll go with you." And we just were strictly autonomous on the cruise. And I guess because, she's a loner, and so am I. There are some people who just don't mind being alone. And shoot, I can enjoy myself immensely with just me, myself, and I. And she's one of those people too. But I still had a lot of fun, just a different kind of fun. Fun with myself as opposed to fun with my family members back in 2004. And so soon I'm trying an entirely different cruise line, and I'll let you know how that one goes. I've heard good things about it. We shall see. And I guess the next one will be Virgin. I'll try Virgin. But Virgin is really, really, really expensive though. I mean, I don't want to spend thousands of dollars more, three, four, $5,000 more to cruise to the same place that I can cruise to, for a couple of thousand or even under that. So yeah, I hear Virgin is super duper, duper duper expensive. And I never took the time to look and see why. So I think after this cruise next year, hmm, definitely going further out of the country. And right now I'm leaning towards a Mediterranean cruise. I don't want to go to Alaska. I ain't going no place cold. Can't cruise to Paris because they're full of bed bugs. It's a crisis over there with bed bugs. I mean, it's all over the fucking country. Not going nowhere near Paris. I don't want to go to England because it's always dreary. The sun barely wants to come out. It's always just cloudy and rainy, so I hear. And, and I don't want to go to a country full of, I don't know. England just never appealed to me. And if I don't do the Mediterranean, you know what? I think I'll do Australia first and then I'll do the Mediterranean. Yeah. I think Australia is where I want to go. I want to hold some koala bears and see that country. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so and I normally cruise out of New York. Even from down here in Atlanta, I go to New York because I know New York. Born and raised there. I know where to go and how to get there. But and I just never wanted to fly out the country, but this is the first time I'm going to fly out of the country to some place and then get on the ship. But normally I leave from New York. I know I'm closer to Florida, but I don't know Florida. And I definitely didn't want to last February, get on a cruise other than New York because, I was going by myself. I know New York. I could work New York by myself. But I just wasn't there with the headspace of, you know, going to Florida. I don't know Florida and all that. It was just too stressful for me. Now I just wanted a stress free traveling experience. But now I'm ready to fly out of the country and then go get on a cruise. But I just wasn't ready for it last year. But I'm ready for it this year. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. Yeah, vacation is for sunny weather. And then, no, I won't say that. Nope, nope, nope. Madam with bass. Don't you say it. Okay. I ain't gonna say it. But yeah, I would have liked to go on to Paris, but they got bed bug um crisis going on. Italy. I keep seeing Italy do some grimy things with tourists. Like you go to a restaurant, and I don't know, for some reason they're able to tack on stuff, and your bill be like 500 American dollars when you only thought you were spending $50. I've been seeing a lot of that going on lately in Italy. Or is it Italy or Greece? I'm sorry. I think it's Greece. Or it might be both. Yeah, they doing some weird stuff to tourists. You go there, you having, I don't know, ravioli and something, and they hit you with a bill for $500. Just completely taking advantage of tourists. And then, um, hey, it's a big world. I would like to go to Hawaii. So I'm going to stop right there. Those are my next three cruises. After this one coming up, it's going to be Australia. The following year, Mediterranean. And the following year after that, Hawaii. I'll have to fly into California for that. And I thought about, when I was planning last year's cruise, I was like, you know what? I don't want to fly someplace where I'm not familiar with to go get on the ship. For some reason, it just felt like it was just too stressful. But like I said, I'm ready now. I can do it. I want to do it. I just didn't want to do it last year. Okay, so listen. If you find out any new developments, because I know you hear me yawning, because as soon as I get off this live, I'm rolling over and I'm going to sleep. Excuse me. So if you come across any new comments, feel free to let me know in the comment section and direct me to the video. You might be able to post a link in my comment section, but guess what YouTube has stopped doing? You can post links in the comment section, and I believe in chat. But and the link will be in a blue color too. But you click the link and you ain't going nowhere. YouTube has disabled that. And I want to say, I'm sorry for yawning in your ear. That is a temporary thing. I think it's temporary. So we shall see. So again, if you come across any more news, please come in the comment chat section and let me know and tell me whose video I need to go to. And I will greatly appreciate it. Ooh, all right. I'm out of here. Night, night.